Okay, so the first room that we're going to look at is, of course, my little Holly's room. That's the one that we want to do first because, obviously, we want to paint her bedroom and get all the lovely kiddie colours and everything all going. So Holly's bedroom is going to be the first one that we're going to do. And what we're going to do is, once we've done this room, this will be the first room to do. So once we've done this room, Katie and I are going to live out of this room for a while because it means that we can stay here, obviously, with our little Holly. But also then we can just do all the other rooms up whilst we're sort of living out of this room for a while. So this is the smallest of the 3 bedrooms in this property, but it's still a half decent size. I'm very happy with it. There's lots of potential with this room alone. So there's a few things to note here straight away. Is the floors feel a little bit weird. Like you know when you walk along and you sort of you know the sound of floorboard and it doesn't sound like floorboard. It's really strange. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to hack up the carpet and I'm actually going to have a little look and see what's going on because it seems fairly stable. Like, it doesn't feel like it moves around very much, but it's just a really odd feeling. It could be nothing because the carpet is pretty thin and pretty shit. Pardon the language. It's a bit old, but you know, it's not very well. It's not insulating at all. It doesn't help keep any warmth in this room. So the carpet will be going anyway. So I might as well just hack it up and see what's going on. Cool. So I've taken up this portion of the carpet here. I've just pulled up this little side. The actual floorboard itself looks pretty like sturdy and stable. It's pretty solid, but I think it's chipboard. Like, it's really weird. This is not the sort of stuff that even, you know, I'm not a professional, but this is not the sort of stuff that I would have thought would be good for laying as a floorboard. So I'm going to have a look at some of the sort of the general like whole floor up here on the first floor, because I know that there are a few bits in and around in some of the rooms that do move around a little bit. So this seems fine in general, but honestly, God, the problem with this stuff is if it ever gets damp or ever gets wet, then it sort of turns back to sawdust. And I've not got a lot of confidence that this is going to be. I mean, obviously, I'm hoping there's not going to be any damp problems or anything like that. But I haven't got a lot of confidence that, like, long term, this is actually going to be a very good floorboard. So I think in my initial thinking is I'm probably going to replace all of this, and I'm going to lay a fresh floorboard. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to one of the other rooms and I'm going to have a little look at one of the floorboards that feels damaged because it sort of moves up and down when you walk on it. And I'm actually going to go and have a look at that. And I'm going to take it up and I'm going to see what's actually going on underneath and look at the general condition of the floorboard as a whole when it's a bit damaged. But not quite what I expected, to be honest. And it's not where I wanted to start, but it looks like that's where I'm going to have to start. So yeah. Okay, so I've come over to the main bedroom, which is the largest of the 3 bedrooms in this property, and I've walked over a little bit of floorboard that was moving, and I pulled the carpet away, and I've brought it out. I've had a look, and there's a big corner of the floorboard that is basically it was not nailed or screwed down or anything, so I've just literally been able to pull it up, and this is what I found. So it's just a big corner that I was just able to take up. It wasn't attached or anything. The beams themselves here, they look in pretty good nick. Of course, that's the ceiling down there, so I'm not going to be stepping on that or putting any weight on that whatsoever. It's this stuff. It is. Look at that. I didn't even do this. This just like came away, and it's really breaking up. It's absolutely breaking up, which suggests it's quite old. But also, for me it's not okay. At the time, correct me if I'm wrong. It might be perfectly suitable for floors, but to me that is very much chipboard-esque, and I wouldn't use that as a floorboard. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Holly's room. And I'm gonna relay the floorboard. I'm gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna take it all up, and I'm gonna put a new floorboard down. And judging by the rest of the first floor, I think it is all this material. So probably eventually, when it comes to doing all the other rooms, the entirety of the floorboard of the first floor is going to be redone. So that's not going to be cheap, but in general, it's a fairly straightforward procedure. I just have to hack up parts and then put new ones down and make sure they're properly into the beams here, so they're properly secure. But it's a job that I didn't anticipate on such a scale. I thought, oh, there's some weak floorboards kicking around. I might have to replace a few panels here and there. Certainly while I was walking around and I was viewing the property, you could notice that there were a few weak ones kicking around. But to have to actually do the whole thing, okay. I mean, you could probably get away with it, and voice your opinions, please. Let me have some opinions on this matter. But I personally think that needs redoing. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But oh boy! Okay, guys. So just ordered some floorboards. Just going to wait for it to be delivered. Shouldn't take too long, I don't think. So that'll be a job that I'll be getting on with very soon. In the meantime, though, I'm just going to take a look at the wall here. So this is the outer wall. This is the only outer wall for this room. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do a little bit of insulating on that wall because it is like full stone blocks, and there's no. Well, as far as I'm aware, there's no insulation in the stone itself. So that could be quite a big job if I wanted to go ahead and try and get insulation into the wall. And at some point, maybe I might consider doing that sort of further down the line. But as a sort of cheaper, more affordable temporary measure, I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of insulation on this wall. Now, it's not actually a very straight wall, so it's going to be a little bit sort of challenging. So what I've decided to do is, rather than going with the big thick insulation, which would actually take away quite a lot of the room as well if I went with the thick insulation, just going to go ahead and use some, well, basically they're polystyrene sheets. They're about 6mm thick. So I'm just going to go ahead and use some of these and stick them on with a bit of expanding foam. So the expanding foam obviously will stick really, really well. This will stick really, really well with the expanding foam, but also the foam itself will actually act as a little bit of an insulator as well, whilst also allowing the wall to breathe a little bit. So should help to retain a little bit of the heat in here. In particular, I considered as well doing sort of a batten wall, not a particularly thick one. I considered doing that, but with the whole roof here and everything like that coming down, and the fact the wall isn't straight, I thought that might actually be quite a difficult job. So the other reason I decided not to do that is because, as I said, that is the only outer wall in this room, and the rest are all interior walls, so the heat from the other rooms and things like that is hopefully going to help heat this room anyway. So just a fairly sort of cheap and cheerful way of doing a little bit of basic insulation for this room. So I've completed the insulation stuff, which is up here. It's all polystyrene, all ready to rock and rumble, and you can also see that I've started doing some of the plastering as well. So yeah, it's going really well so far. This is the bonding agent plaster. I thought about going with the hard wall, but because it's going on to insulation, I thought I went with the bonding agent one instead. Just to sort of help with the adhesion, I've also gone ahead and mixed a little bit of PVA glue in there as well. So that was a pretty smart buy, I think. So yeah, I've got the basic plastering going on the wall here. So today I'm just going to carry on with the roof, which is going to be the hardest bit because obviously arms all the way up there. And yeah, well, see how we go. Right, so I've finished all the plastering, that's all done, so that's going to be ready to paint soon, which is really nice. So I've just started the floorboard, because all the floorboard pieces have arrived now, which is great. So I've packed up the first piece in the corner, and well, it looks like all the floorboards run underneath the wall into the next door, well, into the adjacent room rather, which suggests that this particular wall behind me here was actually built after the floorboards were installed. So I'm guessing that maybe this room and the adjacent room was like one big room at some point, and then they decided to build that wall. So it's just going to make it a little bit more challenging because, of course, I think some of those floorboards that run underneath there are actually like half supporting this wall. So as a result, I'm going to have to do it sort of a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit more tricky. But I think what I'm going to do is, because I'm actually going to be laying the floorboard myself, what seems to have happened is obviously there's large boards across the floor that run underneath the wall, but what I can do is I can sort of cut up like planks or panels into the floorboard. So I can just, using basically the two nearest beams on either side of the wall, I can just go ahead and sort of slot that underneath there and then screw those into those beams, so that then there's a specific panel that supports the wall over there, which is then going to make the rest of the room a little bit easier. So yeah, see how we get on. The floorboard is now done, completely finished. I'm well chuffed. Actually, it's taken a long time for me to do this because getting those panels underneath the wall over there was really, really difficult. Also, as you can see over there, the plastering is now all finished, so I've done that. So I just need to do a little bit of a tidy up along the bottom there, and then that will be ready to paint. And as you can see behind me, I've started laying some of the foundations for the paint. Yeah, it's really, really exciting. Yeah, we've got a carpet coming soon as well, so basically I'm trying to get all this painting done before the carpet arrives, which is a few days away. So yeah, floorboards all ready to go, ready to rock and rumble. Let me just pick this up real quick so you can see a little bit more. Yeah, I'm so happy with it. This marine plywood was absolutely superb stuff. It was 4 massive sheets for about 160 quid, but I've got plenty left over as well, which is really good. Because of course, well, I had to actually go under the wall, so I've kind of done a quarter of the floorboard in the other room as well, which is kind of okay because that's all chipboard as well, so that needed doing. I also had to, if you notice, I've had to take the skirting board up as well behind me because I couldn't get the floorboards under the wall because the skirting board was a bit like, it was like pushing down on the chipboard. It was really weird. That's all done now. That's all great. And yeah, looking forward to getting the carpet in, but in the meantime I'm just quite happy to be getting the foundations laid for painting this room. And well, it might actually start looking like a little girl's room soon, which is very exciting. All the painting is now done. We've got the 2 colours here, so I've also gone ahead and sort of brought the beams out a little bit with this black here. That's really added some character to the room, so I'm really chuffed with that. So the next 3 jobs then. So the first one is going to be getting the carpet in here. So that's being done by the professionals. I'm not doing that myself, but paid for someone to install the carpet in here. So that's going to be done very soon. The second job is going to be to line some of these wonderful little characters that I've got up on the wall here, courtesy of my mum. She has painted lots and lots of like Disney characters and things, and they're going to go in the white gap along the walls. Which is going to look absolutely amazing. Can't wait to get all that together. And the final step then is once all those characters are up, you can see the lines are a little bit rough where the yellow and pink meet the white. So I'm just going to get a little bit of a border going between those, just sort of a strip of pine wood. It's not going to be anything special, but it's going to sort of hide a lot of those blemishes, and then it's really going to make those characters stand out. So yeah, let's keep going. Alright, ladies and gents, absolutely thrilled to present Holly's room. It is now completed. It's been a rough ride, but here we go. Oh, amazing. Oh, I can't believe it. It's been some effort, I tell you that. Let's have a little wander around here. So there's our little one's cot over there. We've got all the characters now all up, all around the room. We've got the pine wood border going on over here, you can see. So I got that up, so it really does hide those blemishes that we had on the wall before. Loads and loads of characters. My mum's done an absolutely fantastic job with these, by the way. They're absolutely amazing. Hang on, let me just get you a quick closer look at some of these. Look at them. They're incredible, aren't they? Oh, absolutely superb. Wow, really happy with that. So we got that going all the way around the room now. So we've got a cot up. Temporary living arrangements, a mattress on the floor. That's kind of the way it's going at the moment. But, well, it's a floor, but it's also got a carpet. It's fully carpeted in here now, and I don't know if you can hear, perhaps you can in the video, there's no more echo in here anymore. It's great. The carpet is absolutely wonderful. Got a nice, I think we went with the 9mm underlay in here in the end, and then we got a lovely thick carpet on there as well. The guy did an absolutely professional job, super duper stuff. He was done in like an hour as well. It was unbelievably good. And come over here towards the window. We've got the curtains up now. All the curtains are up, so it's actually absolutely lovely in here now. It's so warm, and it's amazing. The insulation has made the world of difference, and obviously having the carpet down, having a few items in here as well, it makes the world of difference. And wow, I'm chuffed. I'm so chuffed that this is done. It's taken a while, but it means we can stay in here now. We can stay in this room, and well, we can actually sort of sleep in here, and we can stay at the house a little bit more now, and we can actually live out of this room whilst we start tackling some of the other things. So in particular, of course, if you watched the update video recently with regards to the living room, we can start tackling that now, which is really good. But no, just the last couple of things that I really need to do just above me here on the on that bit just up there. I'm probably just going to get a little layer of wallpaper across there just to sort of make it like a nice little finish. Nothing too domineering or anything like that. Maybe just something like a little bit of glitter or maybe a little bit of pattern or something like that. Just going to probably get that up there just to make that a little bit nicer. And that's about it really. Maybe some touching up over on the windowsill over there because I've still got a couple of little bits of plaster just over there. But other than that, this is livable. I've got Holly's cot down here as well. I'm super chuffed with this. This is an amazing buy as well. Absolutely lovely. So Holly's going to be sleeping in there. And oh, one room down. One room down. And yeah, no, it's absolutely brilliant. So next step, living room. Got to get on with that. So insulation and all that, clear up after the flood, all that sort of stuff. But no, one room down, however many to go.